Too big, too broke, no hope. Never listen hard-headed. Putting in work overtime on the low. Only did what God tell me. Nigga big shining, big diamond.
Knock 'em off, had to block his number cause it really ain't nothing to talk about. Listen on the night, call big brother, we gon' chalk him out. Walk through all the mud and all the rain and shit. They ain't know that I was feeling all the pain and shit. And I got demons in my closet, feel ashamed and shit. Niggas see you doing good, be acting strange and shit. Gotta hold on till it's bad, even if I never love again. Watching over Andrew Color when he back on drugs again.
This one of them songs like feel good. You driving, you can just bump this song. I played it probably like 3 times back to back. I ain't gonna lie.
Hell yeah, definitely. I heard he told him fools he made me. Try to give your ass to where my heart still go to Davey. Yeah, you my little brother, but then things started changing. Yeah, never had that feeling in your gut when things start going left. I started out with the game, now it ain't no one left. Secret agendas back.
And this is still like when you first started.
This is like a year and a half.
A year and a half after you got started.
Taking it serious, yeah.
So you kind of like got your grounding and footing in how you wanted to make music around that time.
Yeah. Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
Just because I had always been singing, so like singing was first before I was rapping. I was in the church choir growing up. So I got into that like after I kind of like had everybody viewing the rap shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah. I had always been making shit like that, but I don't never drop nothing like that because I feel like my fans don't give a fuck about it. I don't try to promote shit like that, and they like so rap.
Yeah.
Rap. So yeah. But that was like a year and a half after like I started taking it serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to another episode of Artist to Artist at the AV Club. It's your boy Westside, and I got a special guest with me today.
AKA Big West, Laniyah West, Princess Chicken. You know what the fuck on.
Let's get it. So I want to thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
So I want to jump right back to what you were just saying as far as like your start. So you started in the choir?
I was singing in the church choir since I was like 11 till I was like 15. So yeah, I stopped singing at the church choir because I started rapping, and I felt like, and I just like I don't know. I kind of fell out with the church choir. Not fell out with them in a bad way, but I'm saying like I just stopped attending, and
you found a new passion basically.
Yeah.
And that's where you went with it.
Yeah.
I could hear it, like, you know, when I was saying like with your ad libs, like how you go over your verses and doing the singing, and how you extend at the perfect time, and it really sells the verses and the bars even more.
Yeah.
So I could hear that, but I didn't know that. That's what that was. I just thought you might have been in the studio playing around.
Nah,
like, let me try something and see what I could do.
I was like younger, when I was younger and shit, I did like modeling and all that, like growing up, you know what I'm saying? Every talent show I was doing something, singing, church choir, like I said. I was always just into entertainment.
Yeah.
So like when I started, like, I don't know, like I said, I was always making music like that, but I don't really put that out yet.
Yeah. So you was always front and center. That's what it sounds like.
I tried to be. Well, not tried to be, but like, I guess you could say that. Yeah, I was always like, I want to do it. Like, I just want to be in front of the stage, in front of everybody. So yeah, I guess you could say that. I always tried to win every goddamn talent show. So yeah, I guess.
So let me ask you, at that time, did you know that you wanted to be an artist, or just more so like you just had a knack for entertainment in a sense, like whether it was fashion shows or modeling or the choir? Like, did you know that you wanted to do music, or at the time you just didn't realize it?
I ain't gonna lie, I think like my whole life I just had the idea of like I was gonna be an artist one day, because I just have this passion for music since I was a child. So it's like I don't think necessarily I used to think like I was gonna be an artist, but like, well, I knew I was gonna be an artist, just didn't know in what lane, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm very versatile. So I didn't know it was gonna be rap. I thought it was gonna be singing, but you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely had the mentality of like preparing to be an artist, but also I was kind of just, I like in the entertainment period. I like fashion, I like rap, I like singing, I like acting, all that. So yeah, for sure.
Okay, so it sounds like music started for you at a real young age.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
what it sounds like. So like, who would you give credit, or like the person that put music in your life?
I would say my parents. They from the West Side. They both was born in Cali. I was born in Yuma, Arizona, and I came out here when I was like 2. But I would say them just because like on my mama's side, a lot of my grandma and them, they sing and shit. My daddy and them, my grandpa from my dad's side, he sings too. Well, rest in peace to him. But he used to sing and shit.
Peace.
And be in a band. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a whole bunch of. I guess it's just in me. That's how I feel. So I gave it to them.
Oh, shout out to fam.
Yeah, for sure.
So it sounded like you grew up with that musical background before you even knew like that's what you were gonna do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like where you come from.
Yeah, I would say so. I wasn't really like I said, I ain't grow up with I ain't really grow up with like with my blood family. Like neither one of my parents' side. I grew up with like my sisters and them family.
Okay.
They're a little different, but like I would from like where it come from, I would just say I think it's honestly I be feeling like it's really just in me because of like my parents.
Yeah.
Parents, you know, being musicians and shit like that. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, what was your inspiration growing up? Like, what was some of the music you was listening to at that time?
I grew up hip hop, R&B, jazz. That's the main things. Obviously, like Hispanic music. Oh my God, Spanish music for sure. Yeah. A mix of that, a mix of all that. A lot of hip hop and R&B though. That's what I grew up. That's the like music that I guess inspired me. I would say. I don't know, a lot of throwback. I'm a 2000s baby, so I hit like in that era of like all the hits.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So, yeah.
I definitely feel like that's one of the golden eras. The early 2000s, 90s too, but early 2000s was a lot of. Yeah. I think versatile music at that time
was coming out.
Yeah, you had the Jay-Z's and the DMX's, and you had your Trick Daddies and all different kind of styles.
Yeah,
different genres, different areas at the same time going.
Hell yeah, definitely.
So was there any artists like in particular that you listened to growing up?
I don't know how particular I want to get because I feel like I have such an open ear. You feel what I'm saying? Like I listen to everything. There's no cap on like what I listen to. So I don't know anybody like specifically that was. I don't know. Like you said, I was a huge Tupac fan at a young age.
Okay.
I love all the old shit. When I was learning how to rap, I was pulling up like J Dilla beats, like the basic boom bap type shit. So like my ear is everywhere. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. A lot of like older artists like Sade, Mary J. Blige. I love her. You know what I'm saying? So just like I said, my ear everywhere. It wasn't specifically like somebody. It was just the music. Period is what was like. Fuck it, I like it. I'm finna do it.
That makes sense because, like, when I listen to your music, one of the things that I see that shines the most is, like, your presence when it comes to rapping. Yeah. Like, your cadence, how you deliver. It sounds so clean. Even, like, with the song that you were saying, like, was your first song that you put out. Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound like a first song for most artists. Right. You know, when they come out, a lot of times artists, they try different stuff and they might try different studios. That one sounded like you went to the right studio, had the right engineer, right delivery.
When I made when I made Come Correct, I had already went through like figuring out studios. At that time, it was I was 18. Like I said, I had just made a decision. It was the pandemic. It was perfect. So the studio I was with at the time, they was charging me like $40 an hour, $45 an hour, and then I got cool with the engineer. So he used to just fall asleep and we used to just be in there just recording ourselves. So like we was just in there so much that when I recorded that, it just sounded how it sounded. I had been there for so long. Yeah.
So you kind of got like a little experience as far as like recording yourself.
The basic, how to record and delete it.
Yeah, basically like
the basic, and then I would let him come and like just edit or fix something. Yeah, that would be it. But yeah, definitely. I was in there a lot around that time. So I was kind of trying to perfect my sound before I just released anything. Even with, like I was telling you, like my first song at 15, for it doing like 20,000 views for me being 15 at that time, and SoundCloud was the wave. Yeah. That was like kind of like, okay, eye-opening. I could do this. So.
Nah, that's big. Honestly, that's real big right there.
Thank you.
So like, so that sounded like where it started off with SoundCloud. You put a song out. The feedback that you got from it was great, and you said, okay, this is the path that I want to walk as far as like music. Yeah,
definitely. Like I said, I kind of had always known like I was gonna be in the path, just didn't know which way it was gonna go.
Like what genre and stuff.
Yeah. Like that. But when I figured out that people like to hear me rap, I was kind of like, okay, now I'm about to go fed. Like now I gotta just perfect it all the way. And even now, I still like, I love my sound now, but even in my mind, I'm open to growing and learning how to rap better, you know? Yeah. So, for sure, definitely.
No, that's important, honestly. Especially if you picking this as a craft, just like anything you do, you want to be the best at it.
Yeah.
And like what I take from your style when you rap, it doesn't sound like someone that just puts down anything and just go in the studio and record. It sounds like you think about it thoroughly before writing it and then putting it out.
Yeah, I used to be a big writer at that time. I think I recently just stopped writing. I recently just been freestyling. So everything now that I've been recording, I feel like it's been so authentic because it's just coming out. But for a while I was writing. I was always writing. I still write like love songs and shit like that.
Yeah.
But like my rap now is just so easy to come to that I'm So yeah, for sure. I used to write a lot.
So how was that process as far as like stopping writing and going into freestyling? Was that something that you already knew that you wanted to try, or someone told you like, hey, give this a try, and you just took a leap of faith and just tried it?
When, like right before I had my son, I was learning how to freestyle, but melodically. So like my singing stuff, I was learning how to just go in there and freestyle it. But my raps, I wasn't doing that. Like in the past 4, 5, 6 months, my team is kind of like, they kind of was just like, well, you gonna say it anyway, so just say it. What's the point? It's gonna sound like you just reading it. Just go in there and say it. And so after a few times of me trying it, honestly, after I heard them tell me like just do it, I would go home, smoke a blunt, and I'll just throw on hella beats and I'll just freestyle. freestyle until I felt comfortable enough to just be like, fuck it, I'm going to the studio, I'm just send them a beat and I'm freestyle. And then from there, like now, not till now, like I don't really write none no more.
Honestly, that sounds like a good recipe to get started freestyling if that's not something you good at.
Yeah.
Like honestly, just so you felt comfortable doing it by yourself. Doing it by yourself is what gave you the confidence to go in the studio and do it there.
Honestly, I was with my homegirl. She the only girl that heard me freestyle like fuck up and all. Me not rhyme, well not rhyme, but like it just, you know what I'm saying, when you learning how to freestyle. But she was with me most of the time. But yeah, a lot of the times too, like I'll be in my head freestyling like, oh, this sound good, I'll write it down just so I don't lose the bar or whatever. But yeah, it wasn't about me feeling comfortable. It was just about like, let me just learn how to do it. Like let me just let it come to my brain without me thinking so hard. You know what I'm saying? So after a couple weeks of me just freestyling and smoking and doing it on my own and, you know, just trying, I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go in the studio. And I just was like, all right, punch me in.
Okay, that's what's up. And shout out to the homegirl.
Yeah.
Shout out to the homegirl. It's always nice to have someone in that corner, you know, someone that you can always go to.
Yeah.
Through the experimental phase where you learning how to freestyle, she was right there for you. So that's what's up.
Yeah. She'll tell me too, hey, that wasn't it. Put another beat on. And I'll be like, all right, but she'll kind of like charge me up. Like, okay, fuck it. I ain't do good that one. I'm gonna do great the next one. Fuck it.
That's what's up.
But yeah, for sure.
Good to have that motivation and that support system. I want to go to your team. Like, exactly who's your team? Like, what's the process as far as when it comes to releasing music? Do you send music to like friends, family? Is it strictly the team that do it? Like, what's your process with picking songs?
I guess my process with picking songs is going through it with my team. I think that every artist should learn not to send out music to nobody that, you know what I'm saying? It's your music. You need to learn how to keep it. You blow up one day, somebody fuck around, be mad at you and release some old shit.
Yeah.
So you don't want nobody to have your music. But I think my process is definitely like whatever me and my team feel like is the best for me right now. That's why, like, you know what I'm saying? Strictly the team though. Fly Chicken family shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out
Definitely.
So how did that situation come together?
I think the simplest way I could put it is, I guess Golden had been. I think we had both like viewed each other before. And then I don't know. He just came back around the corner like, "Yo, you hard. Like, let's do something." So I just came around and, the whole team vibes was just right. So we just kind of went through with it, and yeah, that's kind of how that went. Really, to be honest, it wasn't nothing deeper than that. Really, just like, you hard. Let's do something. So.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what's up. Shout out to Golden Boy.
Yes, sir.
So, I want to go into as far as like, with your music, right? One thing I noticed that you don't have a lot out currently. So, is there a reason, like, as far as like with picking your songs, that like, are y'all gearing up? I know you have more collaboration stuff, but as far as like with your catalog,
because like I I think our process right now and the thinking of like dropping on my own, I think the goal is to kind of just gain more of an audience instead of I don't want to waste no music. You know what I'm saying? And not necessarily waste it, but like, I don't know. I think I'm still growing, so it just don't feel right to just drop whatever, like you said. You know what I'm saying? So, I was always big on what I would drop. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like right now, it's just like singles and videos because I'm trying to build up so that way by the time I'm ready to drop on my own, it makes sense to do it on my own. So yeah, it's not like I just don't want to do it. If it was up to me for real, I probably would have wasted music.
Yeah, I had 1,000 songs out.
Thank God I got a team that's like, we not doing that. We gonna do this, and it makes sense for me. So I don't have a lot out just because I'm still growing and I don't want to just throw myself in the deep end. You know, I feel like the 2 songs I have is like even hearing them. Yeah, as an artist that's grown from the past couple years of that, I be like, oh, it's so cringy to hear myself because I sound to me, I'm way better now, but yeah, definitely just because I just want everything to be right and we want everything to be right and the delivery just got to be on point every time we drop, no matter what it is, a photo, a trailer, a song, a video, it gotta be perfect on time, so yeah. That's really the reason.
So what are you working on currently? Like, what's some of the stuff that you got in the works?
In the works right now, definitely have a joint mixtape coming with Golden. And I'm going, I would say like I'm still singles and shit, but working up to like dropping on my own eventually. But I got hella shit in the vault, so that's gonna be like a listening party in itself because because it's a lot of music. But like I said, I'm still just dropping singles, doing visuals. I believe, I'm not sure, I don't know when we're dropping it, but I know we're working on another Fly Chicken Family mixtape. So we got that coming. So yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So next I want to go to, I like to ask questions to get a little interest on the artist. So one of the things I want to ask you is, what are like top 4 female rappers of all time if you had to put 4? They don't necessarily have to be like goated, but if it's someone that you was like, oh, I like how they did it, even if they weren't the biggest artist. But who's your 4 that you would put
artist period?
Yeah.
My top 4. Number 1, I'm gonna say Tupac, just because he had that. He just delivered himself so greatly every time. He had a strong character, and I think that like all the hate made him bigger. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I definitely respect the fact that like he kept going. You know what I'm saying? And his hustle and his work ethic was just amazing. Yeah. So Tupac 1. Damn, that's a good question. I put Golden at 2 just because I'm around him a lot and his work ethic is great as well. Very genuine person. I think he's an amazing artist, so I'll put him 2. 3. Damn. This is a really, really hard question because I listen to so many people.
No, I can understand that. Like even with me, I don't necessarily. Like, how some people like, who's your favorite artist? Yeah, I can't really say that.
I can't name nobody.
Growing up, I always had like an iPod and it was just flooded with music. Yeah. And I would just listen to different kind of artists all day. And so it's really hard for me to say who's my favorite. Tupac, definitely one of them. He's goated just because like in the time span of what he did in that short period of time. Because a lot of people think like, oh, Pac was around for a long time. And that's why he got all these songs. No, he was out for probably like 6 years strong. Yeah, just putting out content and like honestly, he got more than a lot of people.
Yeah, it's very hard to say like who was really it. You know what I'm saying? Besides the 2 that I named, I can go on. I can say Michael Jackson, Boosie, Jeezy. So like everything I grew up to is, I don't know. I think it all adds up in one just because they all just kept going, keep going. And the work ethic, you know what I'm saying? Especially MJ, you know what I'm saying? Because he was number 1. Like, I'm a Virgo too, so I'm very like, everything has to be on point.
I'm a Virgo too.
Amen. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to logically make sense. So that work ethic there was just amazing. Beyonce as well, just because I remember watching a video and that bitch said she went 3 days without eating because she was working so hard. How do you forget to eat? You know what I'm
that's
saying?
crazy.
So, I don't know who to name all in all, but
that's a different kind of lock in.
Yeah. That's where I'm trying to get shit.
That's good, honestly. Like to be the great, like the greatest as far as like in your category, it takes that. Like I was even watching an interview earlier today that was talking about Kobe,
Yeah.
And they was saying that he would watch hours of just him watching Michael Jordan go left, go right, go left, go right.
Yep.
And just because of that, he watched it, he picked up on some of the traits, and then look at it, he was able to get close enough to being one of them ones where when they say a top 5, they bring up Kobe's name every time.
Yeah, that's why I feel like when I was first learning how to rap, I went with like boom bap, Jay Dilla type of thing. Because when I was researching everything, obviously I was doing like Jay-Z type beats or you know what I'm saying, Rick Ross type beats. But like when I found Jay Dilla and I found the boom bap, I was like, okay, let me start with the regular old shit. Because if I can't do this, then I'm not gonna be able to do nothing else that's coming my way. And I think that that's kind of what helped me perfect and help my delivery, help me pronunciate my words better and shit like that. So yeah, it's hard to say who all because when you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, shout out to that. Shout out to Jay Dilla. Yeah. When you said that, like, it made so much sense because when I was listening on music, I'm like, damn, she really can rap. Like, really good. You know what I mean? It wasn't a situation where it's like, oh, this is cool. But when I actually, first time I listened to it, it's the aesthetics. It's like, how does it make me feel? Yeah. Second time I listened to it, okay, do I feel the same way? Third time, okay, what are you actually saying?
Yeah. And
then from there, once I broke down what you were saying, I was seeing like, oh, you was really talking about your experiences at that time and what you was going through. Yeah. So does that play a factor in your creativity? Like, do you tend to lean, because you freestyle a lot, so it's literally what's coming to your head. So is that something you lean on, like past experiences or things you going through or things you looking forward to?
Yeah, I would say so because I feel like making music is more therapeutic for me than just like, oh, I just like to do it. I think, especially, I don't know, when I'm going through something, I want to be in the studio. I just want to go. You know what I'm saying? I need to go record, even if it's not something that I'm gonna drop. Sometimes I just need to hear myself rap or hear myself sing sometimes. So I would definitely say yeah, because I think it's just like an outlet for me. So everything that I've been through or whatever I think about, whatever I feel, I'm gonna find a way to say it.
Yeah.
I could be having a problem with you, and your best bet is to let me go record because you know what I'm saying. Like
get it off my chest.
Get it off my chest. It's very, very therapeutic for me. It's kind of like to me it feels like really my only outlet besides my jit. You know what I'm saying? Because my jit is my world. But yeah, recording has always been an outlet for me. So yeah, definitely, I kind of talk about everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to make a song? Because going in there and you just going based off of, I know the beat is important, of course.
Yeah.
If it don't grasp you in the first couple seconds you
yep.
listening to it, it's like,
it's not even worth it.
Yep. We're gonna be all night for me to try to come up with something.
Exactly.
So like, how long would you say it normally take you if you just not writing, you just going in recording for a song?
To be honest, 45 minutes to an hour, even with freestyling, because I've noticed that I got quicker with it as I tried it. But any song that I've ever made has never been more than like an hour.
Yeah.
And that's just cause like I kind of when I go in there, I already know I'm gonna sound like either this or this. So I usually try to come in with multiple beats already loaded that I might catch a vibe to when I walk in there. So it don't take me very long to get through a session or a song at all. If I'm feeling it, I'll cut it off. So I don't like to waste time. I don't like to go in the studio and be like, damn, I can't find something. If I can't find something, if I'm not feeling it, I'm going home. Yeah. But it don't take me that long. To me, 45 minutes to an hour is not that long to make one song.
No. Honestly, I feel like that's a sweet spot. Honestly, you get time to go over it, then go over it again. Yeah. Do the ins and outs, ad libs. Make sure that there's anything you don't want to tweak, and then leave that time for the engineer to mix and master. Yeah. After that, boom, the song's done.
That's why I said 45 minutes to an hour, because it's about 15, 20 minutes to bounce it out. So, and kind of mix it up or add anything I like towards the end. But definitely like 45 minutes to an hour, whether I'm freestyling or I'm going in there with something written already. Yeah.
Okay. So, I want to ask you, as far as like with your music, right? I know you said that you freestyle, and nowadays, you see a lot of people with the music, a lot of song credits on there. Is getting help something that you're against? Like, would you ever take like a hit maker? He makes the beat, or he has a team that makes the beat. They kind of get the concept, and then they bring it to the artist, and the artist deliver it. Like, would you be open to something like that, or do you feel like when it comes to music, it got to be 100% you as far as creating, whether you write it or you freestyle it?
To be completely honest, I think when it's just you is very respected, but I also know that if you want to get marketed in a different way or you want a different audience, then take the hit. So I'm very open to it. I write everything on my own. I've always written everything on my own. I never, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very open to it just because I think I usually do everything on my own. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I've written is just me. So if somebody came to me and was like, look, I got this hit right here. I know what it's going to do for you. This is how you need to deliver it. I'm going to deliver it. So I think I'm pretty open to it. I'm not sitting here asking nobody to ghostwrite shit for me.
Nah, I
but
understand.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not, if it's a hit though, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Okay. So where can they find you?
Y'all can find me everywhere. Everywhere. Laniyah Westt is LANIYAHWESTT. 2 T's. Don't forget that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People like to just put 1 T. But Laniyah Westt everywhere. Only thing that's different is my Twitter, but even that's, I think it's Laniyah Westt actually. Laniyah Westt everywhere.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you again for coming on to Artist to Artist.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Follow Artist to Artist at the AV Club. You can find us on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube. Hit the notification bell, especially with her music, so you can get notified anytime she do any drops, videos, and things like that. Follow on all DSPs.
Yes.